Several high-profile races from Tuesday's midterm election are still too close to call. And in Florida, two different contests could be headed for a recount. Reuters correspondent Letitia Stein is in Tampa.
In Florida, if the margin of the vote between two candidates in a close race is less than half a percentage point, at that point, an automatic recount is triggered. And if that range gets even narrower to a quarter of a percentage point, then that recount has to be conducted by hand. And we have two high-profile races in Florida that look like they are very much headed in that direction. The first is a U.S. Senate seat currently held by Democrat Bill Nelson. As of the latest numbers, he is now trailing Republican Rick Scott by about 17,000 votes, or 0.22% of the total votes cast. This would appear to be in the territory, if it holds up, for a hand recount. On the governor's race, that race was separated by a wider margin, but for the first time, it looks like that race also could be in recount territory or is headed to a recount. The margin between Ron DeSantis, the Republican, and Andrew Gillum, the Democrat who conceded the race on Tuesday night, they are now separated by about 38,000 votes, or 0.47% of the votes that were cast. This is now falling underneath that half a percentage point territory that would also trigger a recount in Florida, again, if these numbers hold up.
In Georgia, another governor's race remains too close to call.
Votes are still being counted, ladies and gentlemen, and the votes of all the voters of Georgia deserve to be counted.
The campaign of Georgia Democrat Stacey Abrams on Thursday refusing to concede, insisting that thousands of as-yet uncounted provisional and absentee ballots could still force a runoff election. Her rival, Republican Brian Kemp, maintaining he prevailed, and Thursday announcing he was already beginning to take the reins of power.
On Tuesday, as you know, we earned a clear and convincing victory at the ballot box, and today we're beginning the transition process.
And out west, a race for an open Senate seat in Arizona remained locked in a tight battle. Republican Martha McSally holding 49.4% of tabulated ballots, a hair above Democrat Kristen Sinema with 48.4%. A high proportion of Arizonans vote by mail, and ballots are still being tabulated as they trickle in. Tuesday's races saw Democrats flipping 28 Republican House districts, taking control of the House of Representatives, and winning the popular vote by more than 7% nationwide, while Republicans gained seats in the Senate.